Alright, so I kinda cleaned the garage. Kinda. I had stuff all over the table and I put up some stuff on the walls. I cleaned up a little bit. Technically I emptied 5 boxes. One is now a garbage box. That one is empty boxes, and this is going to be stuff that's going to go upstairs. Except for that, that's my weather station. That's going to go in the backyard. Anywho, that's a project. Yeah. That's a project. But this is the project we're talking about today. So, my wife loves this movie called Christmas in the Smokies. And there's this one part, and I'll show it right now. And she has said for many years that she wants that countdown clock, or that countdown thing. So, I have kind of two options to make this thing. I've got the wood to make this, and that's going to be a lot of cutting and everything, which I'm not super excited about because those cuts are not easy to make. But we're going to do it. We're going to challenge ourselves because DIY is all about challenging yourself. I'll be able to figure this out pretty quickly, but it's all the different angles that you have to cut to make that right. So that's going to be quite the challenge. Anyways, so the first idea was to use that board right there. And then I looked at the board and I looked at the movie again and I saw just how wide this is. And I thought, oh man, you know what? I can use that. I can make it. I can start it there and I can zigzag it up to here. And then I could take this extra piece over here and put it down there. And I was like, then there's a seam and everything. And then I thought, man, I have all this extra foam. This is the old light ceiling from Elizabeth's room. The fiber optic ceiling. It has a lot of little holes. I think those will fill in with the paint. If they don't, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this on this board first, because this is literally just scrap. If it works, then I will probably go get another sheet of this and do this. But I'm going to paint it first, and I think I'm going to paint it black first because I have black. So I'm going to paint it black first, and hopefully that gets all these little holes. Side note, the reason that we decided to take down her ceiling was two reasons. One, it didn't fit in her room because she has an angled piece to her ceiling. But also, the truck, me putting this in the truck just destroyed parts of it. So it wouldn't have looked good. We kept all the fiber optic pieces so I could make something else for her, and I think I have an idea. But she also wants those clouds. Years ago, Rainier Pete did that. Those clouds with the LEDs in it, and they reflect or they react to sound and stuff like that. There's a crap ton of them now, but I'm gonna make that for her eventually. But so this is what we're gonna work on now. Is we're gonna work on this, and I'm gonna draw it out. And Tristan, my friend Tristan, is making the little oh, that got a little too close. The little trees. So what he's going to do is he's 3D printing the trees with the numbers. And so he's either 3D printing the numbers separately, and then we're going to glue them to the tree. And then the light string is just a regular light string. So we're going to do that. And you might ask, well, how are you going to do this? Well, we're going to start with December 1st and down to December 24th. So then, by the time Christmas rolls around, it's lit. And so I've seen some other ones on here where they start down, they go 1 and 2, and they start their way up, and then this one is Christmas. And I get that, but we're going for movie. This is what it looks like in the movie. This is what she wants. This is what she's going to get. The only problem with foam, and I'm probably going to have to do this a little bit, is that I'm going to have to add something to the back. I'll probably have to glue some wood to the back to be able to accept this wood piece. Do like wood and then like a bracket. And then I'll be able to do that where I can unscrew the bracket from the 4x4 or whatever we use, probably just a 2x4. Put the 2x4 down there into the ground, and then that will be, we can unscrew that and store it. So we're going to start with this. So here we go. So also what we're going to do is we're going to cut this out. We're going to use the Dremel with the multi-purpose bit. So that'll give us the nice really nice edges, because you can, of course, you can snap this and do all that and do it with a knife and stuff like that, but it just doesn't look right. So you have to use a Dremel on this stuff. Don't ever use a hot knife on this stuff. It's way worse, and it burns a weird, like, it literally burns it, and it makes like a really hard edge, and it looks bad, and it peels, and it's just stupid. Don't do that. Only use hand tools to do this. There's a nice gash right there too. I wonder if I should start it over here on this side. I don't care if there's some imperfections in there's some, I don't mind the little holes, but there's like a big gash right here, so let's take it over here and go like that. Alright, so another level has a ruler on it, so let's go with that. Alright, so he says that they're going to be, we'll just make a little guide over here. So he says they're going to be 2 inches tall and probably an inch wide, he says. So if they're 2 inches tall, that looks terrible. I don't know how to draw Christmas trees. Simple idea, but I don't know how to draw Christmas trees. So, 16 and 28. 16 minus 28 was 16 minus 28. It's 12.
-12.
-12.
You said 16 last week.
Oh, well, yeah, sorry. 28 minus 12 is actually, or 28, because 10 would be 26, and then 2. So, we need another 12 inches. So the tree's gonna be this big? Hey, that's pretty good. Do you think that's wide enough for it?
Yeah.
Should we leave, because I left 4 inches on either side, and then a bunch of, basically 2 inches in between each. Stop. Okay, so what you have here is you have all of the numbers. Now, you do notice, maybe on the screen there, there's a missing number 1 right there. Yeah. So I'm going to have to, Tristan, awesome Tristan, of Living Nightmare fame, because I shut down his haunted house. Anyways, he made me all of these numbers and Christmas trees on his 3D printer. He painted them. I'm going to adhere them to the letters with a little bit of glue, or adhere them to the trees. But he even made me the bigger numbers, which is really cool, for the bigger things, and let me choose between the bigger numbers and the smaller ones. Gave me some extra numbers, except for another number 1. So we're sans a number 1 for 21. So I'm going to take this number 4, and I'm going to cut it apart. And I'm going to make it look as close to a number 1 as I can. I think I can do it. So this is how it's going to look. We've decided to change it up a little bit, because the original picture shows 1, 2, 4, and 4 on the numbers, or the number of trees. After discussing it with Tristan and Elizabeth, we have decided to go with 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Now, Ashley loves things in order, and not so much OCD, but the fact that it needs to look logistical, and that's my mind too. I have a very logistical mind. That's why me and her work really well together on a lot of projects. Is that we both have the same type of feel for things, that they need to make sense. And 4 and 4 don't make sense because it pushes this up a little over to the side and puts the light bulb like right up here in the corner. And I mean, even in the picture, it's right up there in the corner right there. So we didn't like that. I would love to do a movie, the exact one from the movie, but this is at our house. We have to look at it. And I want my wife to be like, that is better. Now, I won't say anything to her because Ashley or Lizzie thinks that she doesn't notice that she didn't notice that it's 4 and 4. She probably would have said something after a while. She's watched this movie a bunch of times. She probably would have said something by now if she did notice. So we're thinking she didn't notice, and she's going to see this and go, that's from that movie Christmas in the Smokies. And boom, then here it is. I've seen other people make this. They have all made it differently as well. Some of them make this wider, they make it taller, whatever. They make the different, they didn't go as movie quality as I would like to do. I'm trying to go as movie quality as I can, but I just can't. And that means 24, 9, 5, and 1 all line up in the middle directly. Once I actually put them on the actual tree, then this will line up directly in the middle. I'm going to draw a line on there before I paint it and put everything in there the right way. So what I've already done is I originally was going to cut this. I cut this tracing paper out to then draw on this. And I thought, man, that's going to suck on those little curls. Well, as I was cutting it out with the X-Acto knife, it actually made... Let me scoop this out of the camera view here. La 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 la. It actually made the shape of it with the knife. So now I have the shape and I can cut it. The other thing we're going to do is this is 1-inch thick foam. I got today at Home Depot in Rockwall, my new Home Depot in Rockwall, because I live near Rockwall, Texas now. This piece of wood was in the scrap area, the coal lumber area, which is the best area to get things. But there's no purple on it, so it means they can't sell it. Well, the lady at the register goes, it was probably trash anyways, you can have it. Hey, this is perfect, because we're going to put this behind. And look. Well, you can't see that because but look, it goes past the bottom of it. So we've made the stem without even trying. So what this is going to be is this is going to be on the back, and this is going to be the stability for it. So we're going to put the, I got this new stuff, brand new stuff from Liquid Nails. I like to use Liquid Nails versus Great Stuff on pink foam unless I'm making I'm putting a bunch of these together or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, Great Stuff works really good for this too. So does Gorilla Glue. But I'm going to try this. It's called Liquid Nails Fuse It. And hybrid technology bonds almost everything. What I'm going to do is we're going to all over that. And then we're going to also put screws in it. So I do that with the pillars that I have, the foam pillars. I did that as well. They used Gorilla Glue on that, I believe, but they didn't even wet it, which is dumb. So this you don't need to wet, but we're going to try it. All right, so I won't bore you with all the cutting and everything else that I did, but so far, I need to keep these in order so that I know which ones go where. Anyways, so I'll clean that up later. Anyways. Ah, crap. I have to clean this up. Anyways, I'm going to get a little broom and do that. But so far, we now have this cut up and painted. I painted it black, as you saw, and then I put all the holes in. I didn't really do any measurements. All I did was I did take a straight edge to make sure that the holes were lined up. They're good. They're good-ish. With a hole saw, you're not going to be able to get exactly the right thing because it is going to move. But what I did use was I did use a hole saw. This is a 1-inch hole saw. And it was enough to fit these guys in the sockets pretty snug. I will have to put some sort of glue in there. I think I'm going to try to use maybe some super glue in there, or just some hot glue. Maybe put some hot glue in the hole, like push these up as far as I can, put some hot glue down in the hole, and then because I have some smaller guns that I can do instead of that bigger one, and so I'll put hot glue in the holes and then put down the bulb inside, and I'll probably do the same on the back, and put some hot glue on the back of them where the wires are, so that it just kind of sits, so it doesn't move very much. This may be the first draft of this, and I may actually make the next one out of wood. The problem with it is that trying to get those sockets through the holes from the back on wood is much harder, because I need to have some sort of a little lip. So I think foam is actually the better way to do this. I have a feeling what they did in the movie was that they went along and they actually put in the sockets and then wired them up behind instead of using a string of lights, which I could do in the future. But she's gonna love it anyways. You just have to screw them in just a little bit, and they go, and you don't have to do a lot of forcing. So now that we have that, we have all the numbers and trees done. We now have this done, and so what I did today was I actually went. And I'm usually not good at making precise cuts, but I pulled out my trusty Chicago Electric sliding miter saw here. I'm gonna pull this off the thing because I don't need it anymore. And my square. Always need to have it. I'm not square. Shut up. Always have to have a square. If you're doing precise stuff like this. So what this will end up looking like, and I'm going to try to do this. Oh, good, I can. Okay. All right, so I just assembled it. I had a freak out moment because I had no idea where these pieces went, and they didn't look like they were matching up. So, given with foam, the problem is that the foam lines are not exactly straight. So we're going to do the best we can. I'm going to concentrate more on keeping the pieces of wood together, with the wood glue, obviously, and the adhesive. But yeah, so here's the tree. Obviously, it's upside down. I'm not going to move it again because I'm actually going to number these so that I know where they go. We will probably use... I may paint these. I may not. I haven't decided yet. Because the front of them will not have any of the blue marks. You can see like some blue marks in there where I did my lines. So I may just go along and just not worry about that. But I am going to put, we're going to use that fuse-it stuff, but then we're also going to put a couple of screws, probably a screw right here and a screw right there and like a screw right there. Probably, I'm not going to put one in here because that'll be too hard to get to. So I'll probably put like one in there, two in there, one in there, one in there, a couple down in the bottom, just to shore it up. Yes. Screws don't hold into foam. You can pull it right out, but it's more of to hold the adhesive in there as well, and to just a little extra. All right, so we are at the point now where we have completely put all the pieces together. I'll just say that I'm pretty impressed with myself. I don't normally I don't know. I'm not normally super excited about things that I build. They don't normally come out right. This one, the only issue, and you can see it right there, is that cut right there. And I don't really know why. It was fine when I cut it, and now it's not. And I don't know if I accidentally mixed up one of the top angles, because when I did that one and that one, I don't know which side I did. So I may have swapped those two, but you can kind of see there's a little bit of an indent right there on that part. But here's the thing. I need to realize that it's handmade. And handmade things are never perfect. They're never factory perfect. So I need to remember that. And that's the thing, is that she's not going to care about that. She's not even going to see that. You know, she's going to look at it and go, you did all this? Like, yeah, I did. Like, she's going to be super excited about just that fact. And that's something that you probably should think about when you make, you know, even Halloween or even just art yourself, is that it's a one of a kind, and it's yours made by hand, not by a machine. Off of that sappy subject, what I did do was, you can't really see it because I don't really want to move this camera. You know what? Let's take it off of stationary here. We're on a tripod here. So I did put some screws in the sides. I haven't decided if I'm going to paint those yet. I may paint those, just so that they match. But you're not really going to see them that well anyways. It's not that big of a deal. But this is mainly to hold them in while the Fuse-All liquid nail stuff is going to cure and all that, which is going to take 24 hours, obviously. So it's all in there, each piece. So like what I did was I went down this side with the glue, and then up this thing, and then down that side, and then this one has it over here. So a few times I went the wrong way, and so I had to scrape stuff off. But that was, you know, the learning curve. One thing that I did notice as well, but again, most people won't, is that there is a gap in there. But that's foam cutting. You can't, you know. Anyways, so the next step now is going to be to put the lights in. Only because I was going to put the little trees in, but then I've got to get underneath them with the glue gun. So if those aren't there, I've got all the access I need to get all the lights in. So now that this is all curing and everything, and it's going to take 24 hours to cure, that's fine. Well, not 24 hours, it'll be fine tomorrow morning, is that I can start putting the lights in now. And what I'm going to do is I got these little glue sticks and the little glue gun right there, and we're going to glue these babies in there. So what she's going to do tonight, and you'll see this in the next part of the video, is that every night she's going to come out here, or every day she's going to come out here and put one of these bulbs in, and all she's going to do is she's going to turn the bulb, well, she's going to put the bulb in, and now the first day of December is lit up, and it goes all the way down to 24, because then Christmas, they're all lit up. So she does not know anything about this. I've kept it a secret the whole time. But what's going to happen tonight is she's going to turn that bulb. I'm going to hand that bulb to her, and then she's going to turn it, and as she does that, the rest of the display will come on. This section over here is connected to all that over there as well. But the whole entire house will light up when she does that. So I'm going to have a camera over there, and then I'll be filming, and we will do this here pretty soon. I'm waiting for Elizabeth to get home, and then we'll do this. So it's going to be awesome. Turn on the Christmas display. We're going to need you to do it a very special way. So here's a light bulb, and I need you to go over
You did not.
to that and turn it on.
You did not.
Oh, we did.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Yeah, the rest looks good.
So, oh no, it's not just me. Tristan made all of the trees. Yep.
Of course you did.
Yep. So he made the trees, he painted them, and the numbers, and then he shipped them to me, and I put them all on there, and I did all the wood and the foam and everything, and
I love it.
I know, right?
Thank you.
Yeah. So only a few people have known about this, really Tristan and Bill. So,
And me.
Oh yeah, and Lizzie. So, yeah, it's been in the garage for a week now, being made every night. So every night I've been up till like 1 or 2 in the morning doing different parts of. Well, I got nothing else to do at night, so.
I love it.
So, and I have all the bulbs. So every night, we'll put them in we can either leave them down there in a Tupperware container, or you can leave them in the house. And every day you come out here and put a new bulb in, and you can change out the bulbs for different colors eventually, different themes, whatever you want to do.
It's so
You know? No, not that way. Don't be all artistic. Go down and look. I know. Griswold. Yeah. So, thank you, Tristan.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. And yeah, so this is from Christmas in the Smokies, which is her favorite movie. One of her favorite movies, but she's always wanted it, like I said at the beginning of this. So, yeah. All right.
Yeah.